Welcome back to Game of Fangs and Thrones. My name's Hannah, and this is my ginormous March book haul. I'm going on a book buying ban after this. I have decided. I have about 20 books to show you, 3 of which I've already read, so we'll just deal with those 3 straight away. They are Agatha Christie's Death on the Nile. This is a Poirot investigation. A cruise down the Nile on a river steamer sounds like the perfect getaway to it all. Perfect way to get away from it all. But the tranquil, warm darkness of the Egyptian evening can change fast when the air is thick with hot passions and cold malice. Temperatures rise when the first passenger is shot, and Hercule Poirot must abandon the mysteries of ancient Egypt and focus on altogether deadlier matters. I did enjoy this. I picked this one up from the charity shop on the Sunday, started reading it, and just continued reading it. I was meeting my mum and didn't have anything to read. I was waiting in a coffee shop for a while. Then we have The Land of Raw by Jenny McLaughlin, first book in the Raw series. And then we have a standalone by Aaron Foxley called Dragon Skin. I gave these both 5 stars. Dragon Skin follows Pip, who finds a baby dragon and rescues it. And this isn't a spoiler, but in rescuing the dragon, she actually saves herself from her mum's abusive relationship. So trigger warnings for that. It's not explicit, but it is mentioned off page, and somehow that makes it, as an adult reading this, knowing what's going on, it does make it a little bit more harrowing, a little bit more real. But I gave this one 5 stars. It is a standalone, but I am interested in seeing what else this author has. And then we have The Amazing Land of Raw, following twins Arthur and Rose, who are 10, 11, they're about to start secondary school, and they spend their summers with their grandfather, and they used to play this game called Raw, where it was a made-up land, and you had to get there through going through an old camp bed. The villain of this was very scary, even as an adult, but he plays on the fears that we all have as children, and he takes their grandfather, and the twins have to go back to Raw to get him back. We'll be carrying on. So those are the books I've read out of this haul, so you'll be seeing those again in the wrap up with more in-depth review probably. But let's dive into this pile. Now, I have tried to separate them. Don't know how well I've done, but we'll just start with the easy pile, which is middle grade. So I have Dragon Rising by Katie and Kevin Shang. This is the 4th in the Dragon Realms series, which follows Billy, who is 11-year-old Chinese-American boy sent to China for a summer camp at Dragon Mountain. He gets there and realises that Dragon Mountain isn't just a name, there are literal dragons inside. So with the help of these dragons and some new friends, they go on an adventure. I am interested to see where this one goes, because Dragon Mountain, Dragon Legend, Dragon City felt like one contained arc, and this looks one contained story arc, and this sounds like it might start a new story arc, which I am interested in. So obviously I can't talk too much about this one with it being the 4th in the series, but one I can talk about in a bit more depth is Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Mbalia. 7th grader Tristan Strong feels anything but strong ever since he failed to save his best friend when they were in a bus accident together. All he has left of Eddie is the journal his friend wrote stories in. Tristan is dreading the month he's going to spend on his grandparents' farm in Alabama, where he's being sent to heal from the tragedy. On his first night there, a sticky creature shows up in his bedroom and steals Eddie's journal. Tristan chases it. Is that a doll? through the forest, and a tug of war ensues by his grandmother's mysterious and off-limits bottle tree. In a last attempt to wrestle the journal out of the creature's hand, Tristan punches the tree, accidentally ripping open a chasm into mid-pass, a volatile place with a burning sea, haunted bone ships, and iron monsters that are hunting the inhabitants of this strange world. Tristan finds himself in the middle of a battle that has left Black American gods John Henry and Brer Rabbit exhausted. In order to get back home, Tristan and these new allies will need to entice the god Anansi, the Weaver, isn't that the spider god, to come out of hiding and seal the hole in the sky, but bartering with the trickster Anansi always comes at a price. Can Tristan save this world before he loses more of the things he loves? Now, I think this might be African American inspired, but it is part of the Rick Riordan Presents series. Then, I don't know how I've organised these, so if you can find the theme, let me know, because I don't think there is one. But the next easy pile is my subscription box books. As you know, I get Book Box Club, Illumicrate, and Fairy Loot. Not sponsored, not affiliated, I just really enjoy them and pay for it with my own money. So, Book Box Books, the Book Box Club book for this month was The Balloon Thief by Anissa Murafu. For Kadia, the only escape from an arranged betrothal is the sky. Seeing a rogue hot air balloon fighting against its ropes, she leaps at her chance for adventure. Kadia soon finds an unlikely ally, but Jacob is an oppressed Hari. Kadia is a ruling Gahadian, and revolution is stirring all around them. Together, Jacob and Kadia must decide where they belong and whether their friendship is worth fighting for, and this cover is gorgeous. I just say at the back, for older readers, contains depictions of violence, terrorism and racial tensions, so just be careful if you are interested in this one. And with it being Chicken House, it does give you the book in 3 words, which I love, and it says exhilarating epic fantasy. So, and it is signed, and we do have a letter from Barry Cunningham in the front, which is Barry Cunningham is the publisher at Chicken House, and he does give a brief synopsis as well, which I do like, because I like knowing why certain books were picked over others. Then we have the Illumicrate book, which is this little dinky one, and this is Gallant by V.E. Schwab, and every time I see this I'm shocked and I'm surprised by how small it is, but this is gorgeous. Is my camera going to pick it up? Yes. We have some sprayed edges, we have a red house and a grey house, sort of mirror image of itself. The grey house leads on to a full rose vine with thorns and colour roses. The red house, the roses are dead, so I wonder what that means. But 16-year-old Olivia Pryor is missing 3 things: a mother, a father and a voice. Her mother vanished all at once, her father by degrees, and her voice was a thing she never had to start with. Her only companions are the ghouls she sees and her mother's journal, which captured a mind in turmoil. Near the end of her time at Marion's School for Girls, Olivia receives a letter from an uncle she's never met, summoning her to his estate, a Gallant, but when she arrives she discovers that the letter was years late. Her uncle is dead and the estate is empty, save for her cousin Matthew and the servants. Olivia is permitted to remain, but must follow 2 rules. Don't go out after dusk, and always stay on the right side of the crumbling wall. But Gallant is a house of secrets, a house sitting in lonely vigil, a place where the ghouls are powerful. As Olivia searches for pasts about her family, her past, she discovers a dark reflection of everything she knew, an ancient realm where ghosts take form, and the Dark Master sits waiting for her. So, interested, and it is shorter than I thought it would be. I think that's because the only other V.E. Schwab books I've read are bigger. Then we have this gorgeous fairy loot edition of The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie O. And if you know anything about me, you'll know why I fell in love with this cover. Well, this book as a whole. I haven't read it yet, but we have the dragon sprayed edge there, and we have the author letter, which is pretty anyway. It has a dragon on it. We have some really nice end pages. And then this is what clinched it. This embossing is beautiful. I so hope there are dragons in this now. But deadly storms in ancient curse will her sacrifice save them all. And so we'll just read it from here and then put it back. For generations, deadly storms have ravaged Mina's home, and her people believe in the sea god. Once their protector, now curses them with death and despair. To appease him, every year a maiden is thrown into the sea, in the hopes that one day the true bride, with speech marks, will be chosen and end the suffering. Many believe Shang, Mina's brother's beloved, to be the legendary true bride, but on the night Shang is to be sacrificed, Mina's brother follows her, knowing that to interfere is a death sentence. To save her brother, Mina throws herself into the water in Chang's stead. Swept away to the spirit realm, a magical city of lesser gods and mythical beasts, Mina finds the sea god, trapped in an enchanted sleep. With the help of a mysterious young man and a motley crew of demons, gods and spirits, and hopefully dragons, Mina sets out to wake him and bring an end to the storms once and for all. But she doesn't have much time. A human cannot live long in the land of the spirits, and there are those who would do anything to keep the sea god from waking. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea is a magical feminist retelling of a classic Korean legend, perfect for fans of Uprooted and Miyazaki's A Spirited Away. That's what that cover reminds me of. So, yeah. We have that, and hopefully it won't be long for me to read this one, because it is gorgeous. And then we have, my camera is running low on battery, so I'm going to be very quick. We have Win, Lose, Kill, Die by Cynthia Murphy. This looks like a YA thriller following a student at Morton Academy. Seems to be a academic thriller. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. A retelling of the Ariadne myth, which was Ariadne is the daughter of King Minos. So she's the Minotaur's half-sister. And if you don't know, Ariadne helps Theseus escape and he turns his back on her. And then we have The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. Addie and her sister are on an epic road trip to a friend's wedding in Scotland. They not long after setting off, a car slams into them. Driver of that second car is Addie's ex, who she hasn't seen since they broke up 2 years earlier. Dylan and his best mate are heading to the same wedding, so Addie has no choice but to offer them a ride. And with about 400 miles to go, can't avoid confronting the very messy history of their relationship. And then we have a sequel, which is The Gifts That Bind Us by Caroline O'Donoghue. This is the sequel to Our Hidden Gifts. It's called Our Hidden Gifts. Yes. That follows Maeve, who ends up getting some tarot cards and being able to give some spookily accurate readings that result in her best friend going missing. I know that is brief, but I'm running out of camera battery. We have The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. Don't really want to read the back of this because I don't want to know too much about it, but I know it deals with the secret society and the Atlas Society deals with the Alexandrian Library, maybe. And I have heard great things about it, and I think this is a signed edition, but that's not what I'm looking for. I think there might be some pictures of this. There's pictures. We have a random. This is my deal of the month. It is £2, and it is signed. This is Queen of Coin and Whispers by Helen Corcoran. Teenage Queen Leia inherits her corrupt uncle's bankrupt kingdom. She brings a new spy master into the fold, Zania, who takes the job to avenge her murdered father. They're faced with dangerous plots and hidden enemies. The two girls learn to rely on each other and discover that all is not fair in love and treason. Throne means both power and duty, so they must decide what to sacrifice for their country and for each other. This might be queer. Then we have Goddess of Love by PC Cast. This is a goddess summoning novel, which basically, in the Goddess Summoning series, PC Cast mixes ancient myths and legends with the contemporary world, giving them a sexy modern twist. This one is P. Chamberlain, and she's a bit of a disaster in love. So she wants to attract sexy fireman Griffin D'Angelo at the Fireman's Fast Ball. So she invokes Goddess of Love, which is, in this one, it's Venus, because I think this might be Roman inspired rather than Greek. So Venus works a magic on P, but Venus also seems to be falling head over heels for the same fireman that he wants. So that'd be an interesting one. We have A Natural History of Dragons, by a memoir by Lady Trent by Marie Brennan. Do I need to say any more? Dragon. But this is a fictional memoir about a dragon naturalist, Lady Trent. And then we have Jade City by Fonda Lee. I don't think I need to tell you about this one, but Jade is the lifeblood of the city of Janloon. A warrior that enhances a stone that enhances a warrior's natural strength and speed. Two rival gang families seem to control Jade, but there's a new drug on the market that means that anybody can use Jade, and it's going to result in all-out war. Last two, I promise. They are both Stephen King. We have Pet Cemetery. I think this is the cat one. And then we have book 1 of the Dark Tower series, which is The Gunslinger. Roland is a haunting figure, a loner on a spellbinding journey toward the dark, mysterious Dark Tower in a desolate world which frighteningly echoes our own. On his quest, Roland begins a friendship with a kid from New York named Jake, encounters an alluring woman, and faces an agonizing choice between damnation and salvation as he pursues the man in black. So, I now have to find space for these on my newly cleared shelves. Yay! But that's it for this video. Give it and let me know if any of these books I should prioritise. Let me know what you've been buying, and I'll see you in the next one. So give this video a like if you like it, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see this, talk about these, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!